CEOs all across LinkedIn are continuing to lose it, just like recruiters. Every week, it's like a competition to see which CEO can post the most tone-deaf humble brag without getting canceled. Just take it from the CEO Austin Armstrong here. Don't kick your kids out at 18, charge them $1,200 a month in rent until they turn 25. Yep, I'm sure. Everyone, as soon as they turn 18, just ready to start paying their parents $1,200 a month to live there with them. Show them how the real world operates. Budgeting, accountability, independence. Save every cent, discreetly, silently, without their knowledge. And then on their 25th birthday, give it all back to them as a down payment for their first house. That way, they didn't just receive the money, they developed the habit, and now they have leverage. That's how you break poverty cycles and create generational wealth. So don't kick your kids out, just become their landlord and call it character development. Perfect. This is intended as a lighthearted reflection on how things used to be. Sayings in the workplace no longer appropriate. I like my coffee how I like my women. I mean, that's great, dude. Do you, but this is LinkedIn, the professional platform. I think a lot of these CEOs posts end up just saying a lot more about themselves than whatever it is they're trying to say to you or me. Like this guy, Claudio here, who wrote an entire article about how remote work is depressing. I'm serious. There's a whole Business Insider article. Remote work was depressing. Now I'm running a startup where the office is non-negotiable. It's really convenient to be able to make your own hours at home, but over time, the lack of human connection really begins to get to you. Your spouse at work, and being in the office working with other people is not. Therefore, everyone's got to come to the office because I couldn't manage to bring myself to go outside and see sunlight or do any of that stuff for 2 years. So I need friends, guys. And I'm a CEO, so come to the office. My coworkers are my friends. At the end of the day, we're not just building a workplace. We're building a life that's centered around our work. You're the CEO. It's your company. It's not theirs, but I love how they reframe it like that. People used to actually meet their spouse at work for many reasons, and I think it makes sense for us to be in the office. This is an article that says a bit more about the CEO than it does about remote work. He says, I'm getting absolutely roasted by most of the remote tech worker community for my post in favor of the office. But it shouldn't be controversial that a company decides to hire locally, but somehow it is. That's not why you're getting roasted. Now here's the real reason they like you coming into the office. Aside from all the fun team building stuff we do as a team that builds trust and rapport, which then helps productivity and my bank account, one instance of that stands out. It was 8:30 in the morning and one of our guys showed up early to the office and walked up to my co-founder and said, what if we implement an AI agent for our customer support? Is there something you can hack together? And 20 minutes later, he did it. Why wouldn't you want people to come into the office? Came in early. He's already thinking about work, giving you free ideas. Because if they were at home, they'd probably be thinking about their own life and stuff. He says the alternative to not coming into the office to tell him about this idea would be to hop on a call because it's kind of hard to explain. It's not something you send in a single message. It's like, let me riff with you on this in an unstructured way. People do that on the phone all the time, whether taking a number two. You don't have to be in an office to riff about unstructured topics. Here we go. More truth. The in-person candidates we do find tend to be more committed ones, so they want your loyalty. That's it. I mean, it's gotten to the point where the Wall Street Journal is now writing articles about how CEOs are furious that you're texting in meetings. So if you're not talking, it's not your turn, and you're just doing other things, that's no longer acceptable. I agree with Scott here. If you want people to pay attention in the meetings, hold better meetings. Make it valuable to everyone that has to be there. We're all guilty of this, fiddling with our smartphones during a meeting. Yeah, because maybe that meeting should have been an email. It may demonstrate that smartphones are addictive, and forgoing even 30 minutes of screen time causes withdrawal symptoms. I mean, just make the meeting important. It could mean that we're just rude and inattentive. Why does it need my attention? Apparently, CEO Jamie Dimon said, if you have an iPad in front of me and it looks like you're reading your email or getting notifications, I'll tell you to close the dang thing. Yeah, so you need to be looking at his eyeballs directly. Who cares? Are they getting their work done? Is everything being shared that needs to be shared? Make the meeting important. Instead of asking employees to not text in meetings, shouldn't they ask why are employees so disengaged that they revert to texting? You can't even sit in meetings anymore while you're waiting for your turn to talk. Some CEOs do actually care, or they're better at looking like they pretend to care. Like this CEO, who wrote a ChatGPT post about how he sold his company to another company, and he just found out everyone there got laid off. Some posts are hard to write. This is one of them. The end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Today I woke up and realized the company I sold, Reborn Cabinets, along with several sister companies, has come to an end. And over 2,500 employees and their families will be impacted. Thousands of homes are left unfinished. Vendors and partners we've known for decades will walk away empty-handed. You know, it just makes it authentic with the little broken heart emojis from ChatGPT. It's great. I'm sorry I sold my company. This is what happens when leadership loses sight of what matters most, when people think they're smarter than those who built the foundation, when money and a spreadsheet become the only focus. To every employee, customer, and partner affected, I am deeply sorry. But the good news is, over the past few years, I've learned how private equity really works. And I have a new company, so if you want to come build with me again, You can. And maybe this time when I sell the company, they won't fire all of you. Now, normally when you hear people say that they're taking a sabbatical, it means they're taking a break, some time off, away from things, you know? But in CEO land on LinkedIn, what that means is they're taking a sabbatical from you and everyone else to work harder, of course. Haven't you heard of it? I'm taking a sabbatical, but not a traditional work sabbatical, as that wouldn't be fun. I'm taking a friendship sabbatical. By pressing pause on new and existing friendships, I'm creating more space to focus on work and hiring at, let me be sure to tag my company, credit to my friend for the idea and convincing most of my friends to support it. I'm piloting this for a year. If my productivity and focus improve, I'll probably ignore my friends some more. But who cares? I'll just ask ChatGPT to write another post. CEOs are just unrelatable these days. They're so out of touch, especially on LinkedIn, it seems. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see me call out more corporate nonsense like this. And if you have anything you'd like me to showcase on the channel, you can email me, Instagram, Discord, however you'd like to do it. Links for all of that are down below. But having said all that, I hope everyone is doing really well, and I'll see you in the next one.